For everyone that missed it, here's what we added yesterday. Very fucking cool. Play. Okay, so we have inside this very nice ambulance. It's not moving, but we have this. They drive automatically. And look, we have different camera angles. So you guys could be having a conversation while driving around. Isn't that like so cinematic? It's so fucking cool. Next time I'll attach the camera to Franklin, not Michael, because Michael's like bouncing and moving everywhere. I do kind of like the camera shaking though. Feels like it makes it feel more realistic almost. It's just so cool. And we're gonna be a fly on the wall of all these made-up TV shows and skits that we're gonna be doing. Yeah, it's kind of machinima, basically, right? Oh. See, that's where chat would go. Good fucking driving. What the? This would be such great improv right now if TTS was enabled. Can you imagine? Hold on, I need to make sure to hit it for good measure. One more time? All right, one more time. One more time? Focus him. Yeah. He won't move out of my way. Is he gonna hit it so much that he finally... I'm kind of curious now. This is basically our own GTA RP, yeah, with chat. I'm wondering if he's gonna hit it so much that he gets free. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Austin Powers? Basically? Haha, jeez. Yeah, I'm thinking he's gonna slide off eventually. No, it's still moving. We could also do cops in a cop car. As if their car is destroyed? I have no idea. That's the beauty of it. I don't know. Dude, I feel like they're so close. I'm invested. I'm invested now. Let me... Oh my God, like a helicopter shot? Dude, they're so close. Dude, a helicopter, like, high-speed chase would be cool. We should add an option to make one car chase another car. Oh! I think, dude, I think this is it. The black car is scooting in closer and closer. Dude, if the black car would like pit maneuver a little bit. Uh-oh, is he stuck? Look, it keeps moving up. Oh! Wait. Oh my God, come on. They're getting boxed in. Oh no. Oh! Michael, what are you doing? Yes, we did it. We should have did a prediction. They did it, chat. They made it. Dude, now I'm like thinking of like a helicopter view would be crazy. Wait, what? Chat, what if I spawn a helicopter and tell it to auto drive? Should we? Oh my God. Spotify, you're in the fucking way. Yeah, let's try it just for fun.
What do you mean my bank account's been overdrawn? I can promise you I've never been to fucking Malaysia. These days I can barely afford a trip to Las Venturas, let alone the Pacific Rim.
Oh! What? Oh wait, he's moving around way too much. His head is wobbling like crazy. This is gonna look weird, chat. I'm just telling you now. Wait. Oh no. There's two of them. Are they stuck? I don't think they can auto drive. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that works. All right, we got to move on. But yeah, this is gonna be so fucking cool. All right, next. Oh boy. When spawning an NPC, I want an option to attach them to an existing vehicle. If this is selected, they should not be able to be placed inside. They should not be able to sit to use the vehicle seating option. It should save, calculate, and save their offset from the vehicle and use that to attach them for playback. Should still be able to use animations and all the other applicable features. Use native. Let's get our native. Attach entity to entity. Okay. This should be our last thing, and we'll test it by making sure we can attach someone to the ambulance and have them stay in the stretcher as it drives around. And then finally, once that is tested and working, we will be starting with the back end for the TTS. Now, one thing I was thinking about last night while failing to fall asleep was the determining what voices get applied to what person in the scene is going to be tough. So like there's got to be a cap, otherwise it'll start reusing. And it needs to be able to notify. I should probably write this down. Voice selection. So cap on number before reuse. Should know what sex they are. Should notifies chat for next scene. Chat messages need to know name of NPC they are assigned. So that's a big one. So if it says, hey, next scene, you're playing, like, it could just use the model, but that's going to be kind of confusing. Maybe not. But, like, you're not going to know. That's tough. Like, say there's multiple people that are the same model variation. Like, how do you know which one you are? Already confused? Say you have two doctors. Technically, they're the same model. Models can have different variations, right? So say they're like male underscore doctor. Okay, simple enough. So you have male underscore doctor here, underscore doctor here. But one of them is holding a hammer. The bot in the chat is going to say, Aaron, you are male doctor. Gawa, you are male doctor. How are you supposed to know which one you are? Maybe both of you start pretending like you have a hammer.
Said to me right after he was shot outside of Hooters. Peter, with great boobies comes great chicken wings.
I appreciate the UFO explosion attempt that was made. And the dying uncle voice was actually really good. Yeah, so how can we solve that? How are you guys supposed to know which NPC you're playing? SC, thank you for the prime. Or, like, it doesn't even need to be an object. Like, what if one doctor is standing there and the other one is doing an animation where he's jorking it? How do you know which one you are? Numbering them in the scene. You can have it like doctor with none, doctor with hammer. Again, like I thought of that just now, but it doesn't have to be an object. It could be an animation that they're doing, or just where they're placed. You could have one nurse who's behind a computer and one that's in front of it. How are you supposed to know if you're the one that's on the computer? You know? If it's something even as mundane as position differences, there's no way to get that across in the chat. Can't you always put different actors? No, because, like, for instance, for this, we only have a certain amount of doctors, and they all have different, like, we're going to have doctors talking to each other, like staff, right? Like in Scrubs, where it's all the doctors talking about a patient. And even if they were different models, you're not going to know the difference between Doctor 1 and Doctor 2. I would? No, you wouldn't. We could show. How about this? How about we write on screen the name of the chatter above the person's head, but I have a button that can toggle that on and off. So when a scene starts, I can like pop it on so you know who you are and then pop it off. That seems to be the simplest way. It would still notify you in the chat saying, hey, you're going to be a doctor. Like a toggle UI, yeah. Good idea? Okay, we'll do that. Yolanda, what's up? We're making the same tool. But today's going to be more or less the last day of the in-game stuff. I mean, we're going to be doing more in-game stuff, but we need to focus on the back end, like the TTS stuff. Let chat make up a name. Thoughts? I don't know though, because like you don't know before, so I don't think that works. I don't think that works. Because you don't know if you're going to be a guy or a girl or a fucking cow if we do like talking animals, you know? So like you might be like, my name is Jerry Johnson, and you might be voicing a lady or a cow or something fucking else. So it wouldn't make sense. It works with Red Dead because you're able to pick if you want to voice a guy or a girl separately before you run into them. These are predestined scenes with predestined and preset characters. So the only way would be once you're told who you're assigned to, it would have to ask, what do you want your character name to be? Which can't work either because people are going to fucking miss that in the chat and not set up their name. So I think it's just easiest all around if it just shows your username. That's just easier. You can say, once you're voicing the character, you can say, hi, my name is Jerry Johnson the third. You can say that. It's not going to show on the name card. And I'm going to toggle that off as soon as everybody knows who they are. So yeah, you can make up a name. It's just not going to be shown on the screen. Yeah, and even if it was, like, we wouldn't leave it on screen for long, so there's no reason to make names. Nah, we got it. We got there. We got there. We figured it out. Hmm.
Oh, hey there, Beebs. 1 second. Come on. Ugh.
No.
Ugh,
Okay.
fuck.
Too far.
Oh, fuck
Too
me,
much.
finally.
Too much.
Woo. Oh, no.
Fucking.
There's
No. Too
more.
real. Stop.
It's stuck.
Nope. Nope. Hit my limit. Nope. Cut. You're cut off. You're cut off. There is such a thing as being too good at TTS, and you have reached it. Odsania, I apologize on behalf of my chat. We had to cut his mic. We had to cut his mic. All right. Let's update some stuff. I like going a lot longer than I should have. Yeah, probably. So the last 20 minutes trying to perfect that. You only asked if you could, not if you should. That's the problem. Ah, shit. I hit build by accident. Whoopsie.
Check me one time. I've got into DJing.
Oh,
It's pretty good fun.
okay.
I just play record. People
Cool.
dance.
Yeah.
And then
That's
I push a
that's what-
button
that's
that goes...
DJing.
And... Wee!
Oh, that's it? Okay. He sounds like a great DJ. Fantastic DJ. So everyone's saying. You know, you could go this far with TTS. Yeah, it's dangerous. But just imagine that. Imagine that kind of flexibility inside of GTA 5 and all these scenes we're setting up. It's gonna go crazy. All right, we're testing our more or less final feature before we set up the TTS stuff. Attaching people to vehicles. Use case. Ambulance. One second. We'll get you. Chat. Let's try it. Ambulance. Doom, 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 doom. I don't know if I can delete a node. Probably should have that option. Okay. Delete the spotlight, delete the ambulance, delete the player, delete the paramedic. Paramedic 01, SMM paramedic 01. Remember that. And all the camera angles. Okay. Vehicle. Wambulance. Spawn. Okay. Everyone's favorite logo. Whoops. Auto drive. Okay, here we go. Player 0. Spawn. Okay, where's our new option? So this is random patient. Vehicle, ambulance, attached to exterior instead of seating. I want to reword that because, like in this instance, it's not going to be the exterior. We need the. Let me open this up. Test 2. Face up.
Wee! Woo! Wee! Woo! Wee! Woo!
Are you an ambulance? Lying face up, low res base. I fucked that up. There we go. Okay. Let's see how this is gonna work. How's that? Good enough. Good enough. Okay. So he should be attached to the vehicle at this exact position. We're gonna see. And he can ragdoll. I don't know. We're gonna see what that does, just for memes. Okay. NPC. SMM Paramedic 01. Vehicle, ambulance, seat, 1. Add. Camera. Attach to player 0. POV shot. Lock. These all have to be tracking because it's going to be driving around. Dude, making movies with this is going to be so fucking awesome. I'm legit, like, so excited. Lock. And then one more. I want to do... Yeah. Lock. Okay. Here we go. Let's save this one. Test 3. Okay. We're going to make sure it's saved. I'm going to delete. Why did it delete them? That's not good. Whatever. Play. Fuck. Damn it! There's no driver. Fuck. I forgot to put a driver. Son of a bitch. Can I just... Hold on. Can I just add another... Oh! We're in! This camera, not where I wanted it. These other two, though, are good. He's attached. It works. What went wrong here? Maybe because it's moving, it's like glitched. Why aren't they driving? Oh, I hadn't implemented driving yet. Right. Okay, this is an older save. It works. It works. Huge. Cinema. Look how good that looks. Obviously, I should have raised the camera up more. Okay, this is gonna let us do some crazy shit, chat. Shaking's a little annoying. Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna, like, attaching a camera to the vehicle. I don't know if that's going to be much better. I guess it would. No, chat's not controlling the driving, no. No, I think you're right. We should do that. Okay, let's, before we move to the, like that, we got that done so fast. Well, Claude got that done so fast. Let's make that change. All right, we're gonna add a vehicle tracking option. Because that might fix the cameras being calculated weird. I don't release my mods, Yolanda. They are too complicated to release, and they are not usable by most of the general public. I have released one mod. You can go look at it on Nexus, the Red Dead Pokemon mod. Go look at the README, and you will understand why I don't release my mods. They are extremely complicated, and almost no one downloads them because they are so complicated. It's unfortunate, but that is the truth. I will, however, be releasing this tool for people to build cinematics for this Twitch chat to act in, which is going to be very fun. Very, very excited about that. He wants to keep all the mods for himself. Dude, you would be surprised at the number of people who think that's what's happening. Is work with the enhanced edition? I have no idea. Yeah, the amount of people who think I'm hoarding my mods so that no one else can get them, which is also like, I made them. You don't have to release the mods you make, but that's not even the reason. The main reason is no one's going to go through the trouble to use them because it's so much setup. It's very frustrating when I read comments like that. He can do whatever he wants with it. It's his. I mean, that's one argument. I understand the counter arguments to that when it comes to modding, because in modding culture, a lot of the culture around modding is sharing and, you know, helping each other. And I'm always down to answer questions. Like, I've had, you know, some people reach out about stuff, and in all of my Texas Skyrim videos, you can look in the comments and I like link all the resources I used to make it. But the main thing is that, like, the amount of time it takes me to make a mod even able to be released, to like generalize all the stuff and like add options and all that kind of pre-launch stuff you have to do, takes so much time that, like, I have to keep making mods because that's what pays my bills, is making content. I don't think I'm a real modder. I'm a guy who mods for content. Making stuff public user-friendly is a nightmare. Yes, it is. And it takes so much time, and that's time I don't have. And it's not even worth it because fucking no one can use it. And, you know, hopefully if this project blows up, I already can see a lot of people saying, like, why don't you release it so I can use it with my Twitch chat? Sorry, I had to burp. And I have to explain, like, I would have to generalize everything to work with other Twitch chats. And even further than that, I literally have a server running in the background that handles all of this shit. So you would have to download everything required and learn how to use the command lines and shit to get this server up and running. And on top of all of that, you would have to have a paid subscription to 11 Labs. No one's going to fucking do that. Maybe one or two people. And that is not worth the effort and time out of, you know, time I could spend making more mods and YouTube videos. It's just not worth it. Unfortunate. But some people aren't going to take anything for an answer. There are literally people on Twitter that comment on every mod I release just talking shit. You can't, some people you just can't convince. And you know what? That's fine. I hope they find happiness eventually. What's up, Karnas? Fry Boot, good to see you. Now, look, I'll take some hits on, like, the Cyberpunk fast traffic. I could release that. I would have to spend the time to untangle it and add a couple options. That wouldn't be, like, the worst thing to do in the world. Will I? Honestly, probably not. If the video goes fucking nuclear and, like, people really fucking want it, maybe. But it wasn't that specifically wasn't that hard to make, but I don't know. That one I could do. You're looking at the Skyrim AI NPC mod and you can't be bothered with all the setup. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. I don't even know how they do it. The fart hack? Yeah, see, I wouldn't want to release that unless I would be able to figure out the naming and an icon and all that stuff, and I don't have time to do that. Make everyone here watching happy? I try. That's my goal. Okay. Let's do our updates and see if this makes the cameras more stable. Okay. I did do a React stream, yeah. My wife finished editing it. I need to look at it and upload it to the second channel. I want to keep trying different things. Different kind of content. I have not sat down and had time to, I don't know. After stream, after stream, I eat dinner, and after dinner, I want to like chill and hang out. And then my buddies text me to like get on a game. And I do think it's healthy to have some kind of free time, which I used to not do. But I need to sit down and upload those. I have that and a behind the scenes video of the Amazon NPC mod. All right, we're launching. Zetpack, what's up? First time chatter, hello. Big fan of your work. I have a question about the current project. Are the two chatters, NPCs, going to talk to each other one after another, or will it be fully free? Good question. In News Mod, I had a feeling it was a bit too chaotic, and the slower typing chatters couldn't respond on the previous sentence. Zetpack, amazing question. What do you think? How do you think it should work? And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being genuine. Because, yeah, that's a tough problem to solve. I think we tried doing it's a double-edged sword, because if you take turns, the person whose turn it isn't going to understand that if they type something, it's not going to be said. So they type something, they click enter, it goes into the chat, and nothing happens. And that's a bad experience for them, especially if they're on a phone. Because a lot of people are on a phone and it takes forever to type out what they're trying to get them to say. And then they're like, oh, I got to do it again. And it, or like the person who's talking will, some people, and I am guilty of this, when they text chat, they do it in multiple submissions. Like hey, what are you doing? So if they did it like that, they would say, hey, and what are you doing? But then the second line wouldn't get said because then it's not their turn. So ideally that would be the better solution, but in practice, it doesn't really work. And so the other thing is like, well, fuck, yeah, it turns into chaos when everyone's talking over each other, which one hand can be kind of funny. Second hand, it isn't the best way to establish a narrative. That's a dumb way to chat. Couldn't be me. So there's pros and cons of both ways, and I think the better user experience is the chaos method. I'm sure there's a better way to do it somewhere in between, but I haven't figured it out. And again, no matter how much feedback you give the chatter, okay, you guys need to, you guys are big and annoying. No matter how much feedback, like you could say in the chat, like, okay, it's not your turn anymore, like a bot could keep you updated. None of that matters. People are stupid. I love you guys. People are stupid. Doesn't matter how many warnings or like, hey, heads up, you try and give people, they're still gonna fuck it up. Wow. Okay, I'm done reading chat. I'm done reading chat. Husky, hello. I'll talk to the new chatters. I'm only talking to new chatters only. Meglarus, oh my god. Okay, and very old chatters. Meglarus, good to see you. Husky, recently discovered your YouTube videos. Was laughing my ass off at the GTA clown car. Husky, thank you, dude. Go check out our Cyberpunk video that just came out. I think it turned out better than I thought, honestly. But yeah, obviously more GTA 5 content coming. At like, maybe a crazy pace. Okay. We've got new stuff to test. Chat. Okay, so. We're gonna delete all this. Delete. Brioso 3. Okay. And Red Dead? Yes, and Red Dead. Maybe more Cyberpunk. Probably more Skyrim. A lot of stuff, man. I don't know why I like this little car. It's adorable.
You fool Blurbs. You underestimate my powers. Observe. The worldo!
And that's also kind of the chat experience in here. Don't blame me for that. Please, please, God, don't. Yeah, it's a tough one. I agree. Chaotic approach is much safer, but the amount of missed jokes because the changing topic is a shame. Yeah, it is. Maybe once we try it, we'll realize a better method. I don't know. What's up, Husky? Also, software engineer. Curious about your modding pipeline for GTA. Rockstar's made an official way to do mods. Has Rockstar made an official way to do mods, or is it all injection reverse engineered mechanism? The latter. Rockstar has not made an official way to do mods. This is all something called Script Hook, which is made by a guy named Alexander Blade, kind of a god. I think I got that name right. Script Hook, yeah. It's basically reverse engineered Red Dead and GTA 5, so you have access to every function that Rockstar used to make both games.
Fuck you, Blurk! IDO!
That's not my name.
We'll activate my stand Zawarudo and become Jamaican for 9 seconds. Zawarudo! Me no care what your blood clot say about me and me ickle sickle brethren, you dig? Bomba clart.
Ignore them. Ignore them. Zedpack, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you so much. Thank you. But yes, it's all reverse engineered shit. Michael is driver. Franklin is passenger. And this is the one I'm most excited about. Oh, wait, Meglerus, I did see your comment. I didn't read it, but I saw it. It's supposed to be something like every chapter gets X number of characters per Y seconds. Well, it's not the number of characters. It's the speed at which you're giving voice lines. Rockstar now owns 5M. Yep. We don't know what they're going to do with it. We have no idea. No one knows, Meglers. I've talked to people and I've asked. No one fucking knows. And it's especially weird since they bought 5M, but it's launching on console. So are they just not going to utilize that buyout until PC? No one knows.
Is it okay if I compliment your car?
Chaz experience, what's in line with your YouTube videos? Super cool. Back in the day, I used to make Half-Life mods. Intercepting export. See, you're ahead of me, Husky. I don't really do mods until there's mod tools available. I am not the guy to go deep on fucking intercepting shit. Like, ain't me. Couldn't be me. I'm here to just make memes with tools that smarter people made.
Okay then.
Make it funny though? I try.
Hey, what's the haps? That is the shit.
Okay, I'm just gonna try something random here. Oh God, move. Oh geez, move. Perfect. Okay, perfect. This is great. This is good stuff. Okay. Vehicle, Brioso, attach. It's all coming together, chat. It's all happening. It's all happening. We have the technology. Oh God, he's glitching through the fucking roof. We have the technology. Whoa! You know what? Let's... This is the true test. Look at the guy taking a picture on his phone.
All right, son. Now we've covered how to get a lawsuit claim by ramming into cars. Next, I'm gonna teach you how to box someone in. Wait. Who the... Get the fuck off my car!
Okay, deleting NPCs doesn't delete the model. That's a bug. We'll have to fix. But other than that, we're chilling. All right, are we ready? Let's see if this works. Wait, let me make it daytime. This is still parked. Okay, here we go. Yeah! It works! Michael's driving is still so bad. Okay, we really need to update the driving style. Okay. We have to update the driving style. Look at him, there he goes! It works! Look how crazy!
Hi, is this the Ford
it's
hotline?
so good!
Oh, good. Just had a question about my Fiat. I ordered the special package, but didn't expect a homeless midlife crisis to be dancing on it. Can I return the man, please? Hello?
No, you can't.
Hello? Mi bomba de dotti fuckadoo.
Okay, all right. Chat, the camera is much more stable, too. Uh-oh. I thought we fixed this. Uh-oh, that's not good. We're getting out of range. Fuck. Yep. So we're not calling set focus. Yep, it's starting to glitch. But look how good it looks, besides that. It's so glitched. Yeah, this is the new starting soon screen. Wait. Hey, proceed. So we got cameras so we can make them drive around and do stuff. So we got cameras that track them. But I also just made it to where I can attach NPCs to the car. Is it good? I don't know if she's impressed.
Your car's flying.
Yeah, okay, we're it's not completely. It's not done yet.
Two wheels.
It's not done yet.
Good job.
All right, that's enough of that. I can't believe we got it to work though. We can do so much with this, chat. All right. Wait, didn't I make someone ragdollable? Or was that... No, that was when we did the ambulance, I think. I want to make Trevor able to be ragdolled. Can I do that? Hold on. No, we'd have to re-add him. That's okay. Get to work, Clippers. It's so good. Oh, God, he's still going. Seven, what's up? What made you, I'm guessing YouTube? What got you here? Which video? All right, this is huge. Let's figure out. Let's fix those couple issues and then continue on. Yeah, that's too difficult right now, TDA. Modding Red Dead, nice. Also, while the car is traveling, it is getting out of focus on the road. Okay, we're gonna fix those two bugs. You like the editing? Which video? Do you remember which one? Cyberpunk video, but I felt like we didn't have much gameplay with the mods. Yeah, so the Cyberpunk one was tough. It was my first time modding Cyberpunk. So, you know, despite what well, all of them, gotcha. Despite what the video might lead you to believe, the Cyberpunk video was a little bumpy. There were a lot of bumps. Set focus entity. I was going to do set focus area. I don't think I've ever used set focus entity. Ah, wait. I mean, I usually do this one, set focus position, which I think is what we're doing. Wait, what the fuck? Are we not? Why is this stub blank? Oh, we never filled it in. Stupid bot. Oh, it wanted the exact... Okay. Got it. It wanted to know the exact native before we filled it in. Lua, this is C++. C++. Submit comments for mod ideas. Whenever I am planning a video, I will put out a call either on a YouTube post or in a video. I will say comment below and let us know. Right now, we don't have any mod suggestion videos planned. Yeah, not currently. I don't know what we're going to do next. Maybe another... I'm trying to do those less often. It depends on what people engage with. If the Cyberpunk video goes nuclear, we'll obviously do another Cyberpunk one. Just got to keep tabs on the YouTube. Or join Discord. Not because I say like, hey, Discord, we're taking suggestions, but like, it's a good way to get involved with the community. This is C++. This is not Lua. Lua was for Cyberpunk. This is C++ for Rockstar. Okay. We got 2 fixes to test. And then we should be okay to start implementing the back end. Yep. Okay. What namespace is this? Streaming. Position, offset. Three, 4, and 5 are usually set to 0. Ah, okay. That's fair. Okay. Let's test it. Text GTA would pop off. That's kind of what we're doing. We're kind of all of this stuff we're doing right now, and this tool we're making is just a text to Rockstar infinite generator. Yeah, rather than doing like, oh, any NPC we come across can be voiced by chat, we're just making it more into a like skit format in a way. And GTA 6 is on console, so no modding for a couple years, which is kind of a bummer. Reality TV. That's a stretch. Okay, so a couple things to test. Was this 5? 5. Yeah, okay, so a couple things. I'm going to add an NPC. Player 0. Spawn. Add. And then delete. Okay, that fixed. Let me load this again. And play. Oh, Jesus, wrong one. Play. There it is. Okay, we've got our ambulance, and more importantly... Wait, what? Wait, where's Trevor? Did we leave Trevor? Or did I not save it? Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. What? Uh-oh. Some kind of bug. He's definitely there. Oh. Okay. That was weird. He didn't spawn in the first time. Wonder why that happened. Okay. We gotta just let this ride and see if the game starts to glitch when they get further away. You have questions? No, you don't. No questions. Sorry, no questions. Not taking any questions. Sit back and wait. This is so unsafe. Ah, Michael. Okay, we have to tell Michael to drive less crazy. Look at it. He's brake checking this dude. Well, I guess the guy in front is brake checking. Jesus, Michael. Oh no! Still not working. This is weird. There is traffic. So this leads me to believe that the focus is being set because the wheels are moving and there is traffic. Wait, now it's fine. That was kind of weird. Dude, this could just be an always on channel, yeah. It's weirdly fascinating to watch. Especially if we had like more camera angles. Imagine if we had, and maybe this is something we can add later. The ability for cars to follow, like add a vehicle that follows other cars. And then you could add cameras from inside the second car, like a police chase. You know? You can mess with the cinematic mod. This is my mod. We made this. Cinematic view. We set all these camera angles. These are all camera angles set by us. Look, we even have... Oh, okay, it's working. Notice outside the window. The focus is no longer set since we fixed it. This is back at the hospital where Michael is. So, yeah. Notice the difference. All right. Despite that weird first playback where it didn't spawn correctly, this seems mostly fixed. We do need to fix his driving. Okay. I really want to add car chases, but that's not part of what we need right now. So that's going to be for later. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write that down. Oh my God, is he still following this fucking orange car? What the hell, man? Different? Is it though? Okay. All right, everyone say goodbye to Trevor. Sexy Trevor. This is crazy. I love that we're able to do shit like this. I had a suspicion. We need... So, whenever you... Okay. Whenever you lose focus, when the player loses focus, you fall through the map. So, we need to fix that. Okay, was that it? So fix that focus bug. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Wait, there was something else. Something with the car that I wanted to change. Was there? Besides car chases. I lost it. Is it driving on an established path? No. It is a function called vehicle wander. So they just drive it randomly, which makes things a lot easier for us. Because we're probably not really ever going to need them to go in a certain direction. We just need the background to be moving. So just say drive wherever the fuck you want. Any idea how it determines what a road, what isn't? When you're playing GTA, how does an NPC car do that? Where's the NPC car know where to go? It's the same function. The function that makes the cars that you steal drive around randomly, we're using that same thing. One second. All right. I've watched a taxi nav drive before. No, I have not. I don't miss riding in taxis, I'll be honest. Taxis were always pretty gross. Pretty gross. Multiple auto drive vehicles are ever in range simultaneously. Only the one closest gets focused now rather than blindly calling a native once per vehicle. Good. Okay, cool. I don't think we're gonna bother testing multiple vehicles for this. I think we're pretty good to move on. Okay. God, where do we even start? Where do we even start? Ever ridden in a Waymo? I have not. I have never ridden in a Waymo. I am in southern Louisiana. We do not have Waymos here. Okay. Oh boy. Let me create a little skeleton project for how we're gonna oh geez, how we're gonna do this. I guess we're gonna use the GTA news mod as a template. Every car gonna have Trevor or just my own? Every car gets a Trevor. Just kidding. Yeah, okay. All right. So, this, oh my god, wait, I did the wrong thing. Oh shit. I need to make a copy of this. I almost just deleted that entire project. That would be not great. GTA 5 movie tool. So we're going to call that. All right. I'm going to delete all these old assets. Where do we start? Start with the server. Backup copies, yeah. We need to test ease up with the caps, Rafe. Ease up with the caps. We need to test animals. I mean, I guess we don't. Yeah, I think they'll work just fine. Okay. Speaker bank will keep. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Oh, jeez. We're gonna have to figure out a lot of this, man. Okay, let me just generalize all of this code. Experimenting on animals? No, 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 no. 1 second, chat. My wife needs help with something. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Belle. Belle, come here. Say hi to chat. Here. She knows it's a trap. Come here. Belle. Oh, Betty.
Test. More like testicles. Also, you're testing on animals. How inhumane. Literally. Minokia bautalatya faka. How you thinks we made the jerk chicken, your rasclat boomba? Waka waka.
So I was calling for Belle, and Betty got excited and ran to me. Betty, I was talking about your sister. She likes the attention. She likes the attention. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Cats love attention. No, not Belle. Well, she does. She just doesn't like the camera. She's camera shy. Okay. Where were we? So you guys will just do join. It'll join. Push your name to that. That's fine. Set. What were we doing set? Oh, for titles, like the headlines. We're not going to have that. I'm just going to make one thing here. I'll keep an example of chat client say. Comment it out. Get rid of all that. Yeah, it's a pretty simple server, honestly. It's really, I mean, it's going to be a bit more complicated. It's not done, but like, I don't think it's going to be too bad. Browser source. I don't know. Man, I honestly don't even know what we're going to be using this for. We talked about doing like a medical chart. I don't know anymore. I might be changing my mind on that. I like to keep a stub of like how to do audio. Keep a audio JavaScript stub. Voice ID. Source. Playing TTS. I'll keep. These will all be changing. I'll keep this. Delete the rest. So this is to node, and then this is to the game. So node talks to Twitch. Node talks to the overlay. The overlay talks to GTA. Now, if we're trying to keep this as general as possible, do I even keep an overlay? It's good to have the option. Yeah. Yeah, we keep the, yeah. Good. It's good to have the option to have like an overlay in OBS rather than me having to redesign it completely if I want to show something on the screen.
God damn it! Someone hacked my digestive system! Hopefully the trousers hold up. No, they don't. I need some serious help. And it tickles funny.
I'm too old for this shit.
I do think that. On your, 20, 30th fart content. Am I too old for this? I get too old? Are you ever too old for fart jokes? Okay, I think this is pretty cleaned up. GTA 5 movie tool. People tell you they are just made farts think so bad they're not funny. I've laughed at many fart jokes. I am not a fart streamer. How dare you? Chip Chop, thank you for the 9 months. My Chip Chop. We don't have an overlay. It'll save us 70% waste of time of you forgetting and crashing. Ooh. You make a fair point. Let me check something. It's just easier to handle TTS in an overlay.
I'm never gonna fart again. Guilty bowels got no fiber. I'm never gonna fart again. The way I farted with you. You are indeed a fart streamer now, Fart. Waka Waka! Jamaican accent and other things is your brand now.
Correction. Matthew, that is your brand. I don't even need to look at who sent that. That's your brand. Fart maxing. Okay, you guys are distracting me. Distract maxing. We were talking about making a medical chart to go along with this. Which I still would kind of like to do, if I'm being honest. Because otherwise, I'm just going to be sitting there doing nothing. We keep it. We keep it. We keep it. We keep it. Executive decision, we're keeping it. Okay. So. We need a way. Yeah, better to have it, not need it. Yep, I agree. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Hello, world.
All right. So we have all right. This is GTA 5. Overlay. Note. Okay, so when we're in a scene, we're in a scene. A scene has NPCs. One, two, and three. We need so all of this, all of the logic for the TTS and managing chat and all that shit is on a scene by scene. It's in a scene by scene box. Nothing needs to be known outside of the current scene. So what needs to be known, well, hold on. Okay. See, good. It's a good thing I did this because I just realized something. We also need to know the next scene and what NPCs are in it. Because we want to give everyone a heads up of who's on deck. So that changes our logic already. On deck, you dicks. Node has chatters. Node has, all right, Baron, see ya. Node has the chatters. Overlay has voices. Bell. Here, Bell. See. Fucking knows she doesn't want to be picked up. God damn it. So when chat joins, you join. When a scene comes up, it selects everybody for the next scene. So GTA informs the overlay. Also, we need to know the order of operations here. Okay. So GTA says, hey, these are the characters and their gender and model. So we send a list of NPCs. So this next scene, the list of NPCs goes to the overlay. The overlay, yeah, they're all adults in GTA, yeah. I'll turn the music down a little bit. So the overlay looks at how many NPCs there are and how many voices that we have. And it ultimately decides which NPC is which voice. So that will map NPCs to the voice. And then, okay. I think this is solidifying. What's up, Charles? This is no small feat. Maps voices to NPCs. Why are you surprised, Charles? Maps voices to NPCs. And then tells Node how many chatters are needed. How many chatters are needed? You underestimated it? Thought it'd be done in like 2 days? Psh, yeah, right. This is Excalidraw. It's a website. I stole it from Shindigs, who probably stole it from someone else. So we only really need to path a single NPC to completion and then replicate that per ped wanted. It's more of like a batch thing. It is kind of Comic Sans, ain't it? Okay. So I'm gonna change this to say usernames. Then selects chatters. So it's not just how many chatters are needed. We need to, yeah, Lone Wolf, that's the goal. We'll convert this to Red Dead. Well, the back end won't change at all. It's just the stuff directly talking, the stuff in GTA 5 might need to be like altered slightly for Red Dead, but probably not by too much, I'd imagine. They're more similar than you think. So to reduce talking back and forth, Node is going to have to maps chatters to NPCs. Because we need to know when a chatter speaks, which NPC are they speaking as? So GTA says, here are the NPCs I have. Here's their gender. Here's their model. Overlay will assign voices. Probably using their pedestrian ID as a key. So that's going to maintain a list of mappings. It needs to be mapped by username. All we really need to know, yeah, I don't think we need the pet ID actually. I think it's just username to voice. No. I want to try and have the tool and the back end all done by Monday. And then we start creating scenes Monday. Haven, that was... Think about it this way. The GTA News backend was made for the entire news skit start to finish. This is being made for a single skit that will be repeated. So I'm trying to plan ahead to build it in a way where every scene, it just resets and runs the same code over and over. The news mod was hard-coded start to finish. We obviously can't do that because these are all going to be in variable lengths and shit like that. This is just to help me gather my thoughts on how the logic should flow. Modularity, yes, exactly. That's what we're trying to figure out right now. How to make this as modular as possible. Okay, so a scene loads. We have 3 NPCs. I send that data. NPC ID. ID, sex. I'm gonna make this a different thing. ID, sex, and model. Are the 3 things that we're gonna need. So I send that list to the overlay. The overlay will then create a map of see, this is where I'm getting confused. The mapping is confusing me. So when someone types to voice, whenever we're talking this way, we're sending username and new message. So we need to do a lookup on the username to see which voice they are. So we're asking for a number of chatters. I think we have to save the number of male voices versus female voices. We send that total number to node, but when it comes back, then we map those out. But we do need to know. It's tough because I need. Yeah, this is the stuff I do off stream normally. I need. Here's the issue I'm having. We need a lookup in the middle, okay? The lookup in the middle. I'm rubber ducking you, chat. The lookup in the middle. Node needs to say, here's a username. Give me. Well, not give me. Here's a username. Look up what NPC, whatever, based on the username. GTA is saying, look up the NPC based on the NPC's ID. Because we're going to be showing the chatter's name above their head. So we need to know the ID of the NPC. So it's the same lookup, but with different keys. You could have 2 separate maps. It's redundant though. My wife needs me for something real quick. Hold. right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Brainstorming out loud. You're slamming on your keyboard. Okay. How did we do this before? I think we actually kept, now that I'm thinking about it.
Hello, world.
Hello, world. Let me pull up the news mod. I think I kept Porter. Right. Okay. So Node has basically, yeah, chatters that are active. Node doesn't need to know if they're what NPC they are, what gender they are. Node only needs to know, is this username in play? Which that we've got established. And then when the overlay says, here's a new message, it can check. Yeah, let's do it that way. So this is going to have a map of username to voice and ID. It's better if I just write this out rather than just blabbering on about it. So when Node says, hey, here's a new message, we look up in the map, we say, okay, here's the username. That gives me what voice to generate and the ID later. It can say the voice, and when it says the voice, it needs to then go in this direction. And this is ID of ped talking. And then that ped goes blah, 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 blah. The only thing that's missing, see, this would be the layout how we normally do it. The problem with this is we want to show usernames, however temporary, above an NPC's head. So GTA needs a bit extra information. So what if GTA, rather than getting, GTA is going to hold its own map. Rather than, yeah. So it's going to get, before that happens, we're going to send over mappings. And that's going to happen once. One time. And then GTA is going to also have map of a NPC's ID and username, which is just going to be set at the beginning of each scene. Or frankly, on the previous scene, I suppose. I think this is complete. Make sense? Just say yes, chat. Just say yes. Just say yes. Yes, Blurbs. That makes sense. No.
Hello, world.
It makes perfect sense. Taking a screenshot just in case I need that for later. Stare. Yep. Okay, so let's start with Node. We have our speaker bank. We already have this. Chat can join it. So if username is not Nightbot and speaker bank does not already include username, add them. Oh wait, and this is... Oh wait, whoops, wrong spot, my bad. If message includes join and it's not Nightbot and they're not already in the speaker bank. Oh, that's already here. I don't remember why I had that. That's fine. Speaker bank push. Add myself a log so I can see what's happening. Let me make this a bit bigger for you guys. Can I do that? There we go. But if Nightbot wants to join, too bad. Nightbot's not allowed. So, what happens if someone who's not Nightbot speaks and they... Oh, wait. So not speaker bank. Let me look at our whiteboard here. They're a participant. Yeah, participants. So when someone speaks, if they speak and they are a participant, one other thing that I was wondering, and this kind of goes back to our talk about chaos in TTS and the order of TTS and what's the best way to do it. What happens a lot with the people who talk in multiple messages is that they would say the first message, their person would be talking, and then they would say something else and it would block it because they were already talking. Should it stay that way, or should it queue all of your messages back to back? I feel like queuing messages could get dangerous if you're like talking a lot and then your person wouldn't shut the fuck up. It would be better if you could queue messages, though. I know. It would just... A max queue? That's not a bad idea. Timo, that's not a issue. Okay. If there's a max Q... Oh, God. So our overlay... Now the map is username, maps to voice, ID, and Q. Okay. With a max. That was me, sorry. Would still not cause the issue of overlapping chatters lasting longer? It would. It would. It's just a lot of people have to... I don't like when I see someone who's actually doing good RP, but they get cut off because of the delay. Yeah, exactly. Well, Haven, what you said. Yeah, it happens a lot because of the delay by accident. Who named themselves Beaker Spank? What the fuck? Rafe, you realize you can't change your name again for like a month. That's crazy. You're stuck like that. I hope you know that. All right, well. Commitment to the bit. Commitment to the bit. Worth it? Okay, that's crazy. All right. Two months, actually. Damn. Yeah, new name. Okay, so if they are... So, okay, if they're typing, we're going to send their message anyway. The overlay will check if the queue is full and then choose to ignore it. So anytime a participant speaks, we are sending the username and the message. Speak, we have the message, we have the speaker. Text and speaker, that's already done. That's good. This right here, this logic's good. But when the overlay comes in and says, oof, okay. I lost my thinking pen. Betty, she just stands on this cat cam box and just watches me for so long. Why don't you want to get in your bed? Sleep in your bed, little kitty. Come here. Lay down. It's safe. You used to lay here for hours. It's safe. Lay down. Oh, wait. She's going down, chat. She might be... Oh, my God. She might be coming back to work. Lay down. I pull her neck scruff just slightly, and it makes her sit. Oh. I think she... Oh, no, it's okay. All right. It's like a comfort thing. Oh, my God. She's so cute. Nope. She bailed. I tried. Now she's just standing on my desk. All right. So oh wait. Can you hear me? Hello? Yes, you can. But the music cut out. God damn it, Betty. Oh, we're fine. We're chilling. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, God. I thought that was a wrap. So when I left my pen on my wife's desk. When we start a scene, we're choosing people for the following scene. So that's when this message is going to come in from the overlay saying new scene. New scene. And with that, data.command equals new scene. We're going to say, let me look at our lineup here. So I have to send once. Okay. One time, we got to go from node to overlay with mappings. You aren't picking the NPC's name. You can speak it verbally, but it's not going to be shown anywhere. Yeah. We've had people send in cat toys to the PO box. I don't ever talk. We have a PO box if you guys ever want to like send like if you do craft stuff like about the stream or whatever. Timo, I don't know what you're trying to type, but hold up. Timo, hold up. I think I think you kind of brain farted there. I don't know what you were trying to type. I'm gonna go ahead and purge because I know you didn't do that intentionally. Careful, careful. Think first. Yeah, I know you better than that, Timo. Careful. I don't know what you were trying to type. I think your cat's on your keyboard or something. TDA, you could. I don't wear graphic tees, but you wanted to. Like batch file? No, don't. Just move on, move on, move on, move on. Okay. Gosh. Oh God, it's starting to make my head hurt again. No, I think I got confused. I don't think we need this. Yeah. I think I got confused. No, I need it for this. To say what role you're playing. Node needs to know that is the element that we forgot. Node needs to know the
Hello, world.
the model. We never used the model right here. So this isn't how many chatters are needed. This is the list of models and genders. Yeah. So we do have to send a one-time message of the mappings. Okay.
Hello, world.
So a new scene comes in. We are going to loop through data dot npcs dot length. All right. Participants dot length. Yes. Well, hold on. JSON parse. Okay. Let me grab the code from our news mod that's grabbing a random person. There we go. Okay, so we go like that. Index, speaker bank, let chatter. We splice. We add to participants. But first, when a new scene comes in, we have to clear participants. Okay, that's all right so far. But now, I think participants is going to have to be... Well, I don't think we actually need... Rafe, you got to ease up on the spam, dude. Last warning. Lamla, what was that?
Oh, 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 Titi Croissant, un petit déjeuner. Je suis un maire de fromage. Zut alors, mon derrière chante. J'adore le tout. Oh, oh, oh.
English, we only do English farts here in the chat. English farts in the chat only. Okay, so I only have to build this list once to send it back to overlay because we don't need it again after. Yeah. So we need a map. JavaScript maps give me a headache. we need to create a mapping of username to data dot npc sub I dot model. No. Dot ID. Yes. Add username to map. And then this will say username, you next scene, you are and then this will be data.npc sub I dot gender equal m question mark. You are let's not do this in all caps. Next scene, you are this will be in all caps. Male or female. And then do another one of these. Data.npc sub I dot model. Yeah. Hi, Pressy, what's up? This is just a framework? No, this isn't a frame. This is how it's gonna work. The model name, though, if it's random, isn't really gonna be helpful, I guess. I know it still is helpful. I mean, I guess you can surmise that it's gonna be random. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Now, this doesn't account for a narrator. I'm not going to worry about a narrator for now. I'll write it down. But narrator is kind of going to be an extra thing that we're going to have to fuck with. I don't want to have to fuck with that right now. We're building this out. Yeah. Okay. So we go through all the data that's been sent to us by the overlay. We pick out people from the speaker bank, if they exist, I suppose. Probably should do a check to make sure enough speakers exist. Add username to map. And then here, once we do this, we are going to send map back to overlay using data.command equal mapping user map and then data dot user map equal user map. Strict NPC ped only models. NPCs are peds. It's the same thing. I mean, unless you're getting semantic with whether Michael, Trevor, and Franklin are peds or NPCs. Because they are peds, but technically they are playable. Next stream, will Twitch chat be cooked up to TTS? So today's Friday, probably. But we have to build out all the scenes. So we're not going to be doing like the stream next stream, but we hopefully will be doing scene building. I want to have the back end basically done by Sunday. Okay, so we have our new scene command. So that's going to establish everyone. It resets the participant list. Probably should reset the speaker bank. That way we don't have old entries. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all the logic that we need for this server. I'm gonna toss this into ChatGPT and have it do the rest of this stuff that I'm not sure of the syntax for. But I think this is basically all we need. I know it took a bit. I'm sorry. But yeah. Okay. We have access to all the models and all that stuff. GTA is very accessible. It's saying I should keep a dedicated map of username to NPC ID. Which I was going to say the overlay is going to keep track of that. We could do that.
Hello, world.
Hello, world. Beaker, yeah. I told you to stop spamming. I'm sorry, dude. That's 10 minutes. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. My God. My God. See, this is why I don't like doing heavy coding streams, because chat, the lurker, the usuals in chat go into lurk mode, and then there's just spammers left. Oh, jeez. Jeez. This is the stuff I do off stream. So could Node own the username map? Would that cause a problem? Because ultimately, Overlay is just a middleman. So if Node owned that, I mean, is that even that beneficial? So I think it's saying participants using username but the variable doesn't exist in this scope. We send the map back. So chatters type join, they go into speaker bank, new scene assigns everybody, user map stores username and ID. Okay, so it's saying instead of sending the username, send the ID. Node doesn't need to know the ID. This info is being passed to email overlay that then will talk to GTA 5. So just send the username ID mapping once, and then Node just remembers the people participating and sends their usernames and message when they speak. So it's the lurker's fault now? Yes. You like seeing this? I think you're in the minority. I don't think this I don't think this is particularly exciting content. It's not my favorite thing to do live. Yeah, Yoon, I've seen that. Not ideal, huh? Not ideal. Okay. Let's do it.
Hello, world.
So we've got a user map. So when they speak right here, are we doing a substring? Yes. We're sending command speak, speaker's username, text truncated. On new scene, we're doing this. New scene right here. Boom. Let's double check this. So new scene is starting, or we're saying the next scene basically. We clear participants. Ooh. No, this isn't gonna work. Shit. What's up, Simfire? So the reason this isn't gonna work is because we're clearing the participant list. But the participant list is what's determining who's voicing the current scene. So So this needs to be changed. So we have participants, user map. Yeah, man, it's tough because we're trying to assign this while a current scene is going on. Wait, this isn't sending anything. Oh. And this doesn't need to be global. This is easier to keep. Oh, motherfucker. Okay. Next scene, you are male, female, and then model. So this is correct. The only thing that's not correct here is resetting participants at the beginning. So that we need a separate list for this. We're gonna have participants and the next participants. So next participants is what gets cleared each time new scene comes in. We push that to that. But when a new scene activates, before we do that, we are going to swap old participants for the next ones. Now, I don't know if that's a problem with being like a shallow reference. Okay, yeah, this should be good. Okay. So that saves it correctly. Okay, good. Okay, I think the server's done. Until we like fuck with narrators, I think this server is actually going to be done. Let's go over it just really quickly. We have the speaker bank, which is everybody that wants to join. Server's not on. That's not what I said. We have the current participants and the next participants. Rage Engine is what Rockstar uses. Yes, this is a node server. This is not part of any Rockstar or anything. So we have our current participants, next participants. So when a participant speaks, yes, we're sending their username and message to the overlay. When someone in chat says join and they're not in the bank yet, we put them in the bank. Whenever the overlay sends to us the command new scene, we swap participants with next participants, clear the next participant list. We create the user map. We go through the list of sent NPCs and pull random people from the bank, add them to the next participant list, add the chatter to the connect with the ID, notify said chatter, do that for all the NPCs, however many, and it has the gender and the model in there too. Once we're done with that, we reset the speaker bank to get rid of any AFK people, and then we send that mapping to the overlay. We got it. All right, so boom. We're here. Oh wait, this makes a good point. I need to move this because I don't want to reset anything if we bounce out. Okay, cool. All right, now onto the overlay. So this is what's going to actually create the TTS and talk to GTA and make things talk. Pretty bare bones. Pretty bare bones right now. So, let's start by GTA will send over when a new scene comes in. We send the NPC info to Node. When Node sends back the user mappings, we save that inside the overlay JavaScript. Okay. 1 second. New VOD just went up, chat. If you missed yesterday and you wanted to see it. Very sorry, apparently still learning Twitch etiquette. It's okay, Beaker. You're good. You got a little overactive, we'll say. Talking isn't a bad thing. Not a bad thing. You just got to read the room a bit. If you see your name a bunch in a row, you know, ease up. Someone has once done the B movie script. We did a mod in Skyrim where every time you died, it played the B movie. We did it once, and we got the clip, and then we immediately backed out. I did not, in fact, watch the entire B movie. Previous question. Recurring characters, how's that going to work? Were we? Right now, the only recurring character is the patient, which I'm probably going to rename to keep it general to protagonist. We did pitch, like, if chat really liked a character, they could come back. But that's too much work right now. Okay, we're going to add this global. Here's our user map. Here's our node socket. Oh, wait. I did not want to get rid of that. Keep this stub in here. Node socket. There we go. Okay, so message from node. Command, user map, speak. Generate TTS. This is going to go here. So user map, we save, received user map, break, speak, that's all good. Process data. Where's our process data? Right here. If we get new scene, we send new scene with data.mpcs. We are parsing that. That's good. Okay. So that setup is done. So yeah, Matt Apple, that happens pretty often. Give us the tool. How do we select NPCs to a specific one from a set list? Or how would we choose what NPCs are in the list? So right now, with the tool, you have two options. You can make an NPC a specific model or have it be a completely random model. Not counting like nude ones. That's it. We don't have any categories. We talked about that maybe once. But yeah, it's not, doesn't work that way now. You can't make who goes in the random list. No, not currently, no. That'd be a lot of work to separate out. That'd be what we did with the computer mod for Red Dead, where I had to separate, okay, these models specifically are workers, these are escorts, these are barbers, these are shopkeep. It's just, that's a lot of tediousness. You want to manually select the model, given the variations, that's a chore? Not really. You just go to, there's websites that have previews, so you just go to it and pick one. It's expected if you're using this tool to generate a show for the stream, it is expected that you have or are willing to become familiar with how GTA works. Variation will be random. It might be default, actually. The wardrobe that they're wearing might just be the default one. But maybe get into this type of coding. So I was at the time working, making accounting software, which was super boring for a small local company. I was streaming Sea of Thieves. Well, actually, no. I had already quit my job. I was a full-time Sea of Thieves streamer. But I was tired of Sea of Thieves. I wanted to not be a main game streamer. I knew it wouldn't last forever. I needed to branch out. I'd seen Doug. I knew what Doug did. I knew he did like coding content. I knew of it as a thing. But it wasn't until I watched a Kraken stream where he was playing Oblivion with a bunch of mods. He didn't make those mods. He just downloaded a bunch. And watching him do that kind of made me think, like, I've never tried to make a game mod. Maybe that's something I could do. It always felt like some impenetrable magic wall of like skill that I didn't know. I thought it was like, I never thought it was something I could actually do, but I fucking tried it, started playing around with it. I joined a Discord, started seeing what other people were doing, and then out of that came Texas Skyrim, and then the rest happened. Probably the best decision I ever made? Oh yeah. Besides marrying my wife. That's what I just said. She didn't even hear me say it. Damn it. I said, besides marrying my wife. She said, good job. Damn it. What got me to programming? I mean, I've always been a computer nerd. I got very close to learning programming in Macromedia Flash, which was ActionScript back in the day. I didn't, but I had someone help me with stuff to make like a basic game at one point. I was always on the fringes of like programming, but it wasn't until I went to college I asked my oldest brother like, what should I major in? And he said computer science. And I said okay, and that's what I did. Is she hoovering? Oh my god, can you hear that? Really? Probably just when I talk. That's crazy. That is not even a coin flip. I at the time was very into animation and like Photoshop and shit like that, and so I was either going to do like visual arts or computer science. And I asked my brother which one, and he was like, you'll make a lot more money doing computer science. And so I said okay, and I did that. I was also on the fringes of making content before making content was like, it had a name. I watched other people's stuff on like Newgrounds and eBaum's World and all that shit, and like I made little animations and was on forums, and I've always been interested in creating content. I just never knew it would be a thing and something I could do as a job, which was crazy. Ever start with Shockwave Macromedia? Yeah. I was deep in Macromedia. Any decision that haunts me? Not really. I don't really have it. I'm very lucky. I don't have a ton of complaints right now, at least. And every decision I've made is what got me here. And I'm happy where I'm at. So no, not really. I just try and recognize, you know, the privilege I have to be able to do this for a living, and, you know, support my wife while doing it. And yeah, I'm very lucky. I don't think I ever went to that website, Timo. Sorry. You're good. They already were hearing it in the other room. Huh? They already heard it in the other room, which I was surprised by. Macromedia's original. Got you. Yeah, she's vacuuming. Okay, so what's next? So we've got new scene comes in. We tell the server that there's a new scene. Come back. We save the map, and this is for the next scene. So I think we also... And why does the overlay need a map? To tell, when someone speaks, to tell GTA which mouth to move. That's why. So yes, we need, where's user map? We need user map. And we need next user map. So what we're actually assigning when user map comes in is next user map, not the current one. And those switch over so when a new scene starts, is when we swap it. User map equals next user map. I don't know if this is a deep copy or not. It does not make a deep copy. But it should be fine. Okay. Okay. Cool. This is definitely going to be a... It's going to be different for the first scene because there's not going to be a next user map. We're going to have to add that qualification. At some point. I don't know if I'm going to do that right now. I want to get everything else set up. Having a good relationship to your hobbies and work is the key to a good life. I wouldn't say I have that. I have a pretty unhealthy relationship to my work because I don't really have hobbies, because my work is my hobby and my hobby is my work. Love what you do and you'll never work another day in your life is definitely not true. For a lot of people, turning what you love into your work is a way to stop loving that thing. For me, that's not the case, but there is still a large part of it that is definitely work. Okay, so we need to fill in this. So when speak comes in, we get the ID. And actually, our map needs to not only have the ID, but the voice and the cue. That we are missing. Username is ID, voice, and a message queue. Message queue has a max length of 3. Voice is a string. Trying to work up the corporate ladder at Blurbs Corp. The main thing I would love to hire is a extra coder, but I do not have the funds to pay for that, and I will not for a very, very long time. Maybe one day. I think I might try and get a professional thumbnail artist to do a single thumbnail for this video and see which one performs better, mine or theirs. Just to experiment. But if someone does it without a fee, absolutely not. If someone's gonna work for me, they're gonna get paid. Yeah, TDA, sorry. I got lost in stuff, and retroactively going back and changing thumbnails doesn't do a ton. So ultimately, I kind of ditched that idea. I did tell you I wasn't sure though. Certifications? I don't even have any. I'm nowhere close to even being able to think about that being an option. I just got my first like actual editor. Well, not first. I've had an editor before, but oh no, Betty. Betty's trapped in here. 1 second, chat. Poor Betty. Got scared and ran back to her room. Okay. Thumbnail you mind make one, see what you think. Yeah, it's I appreciate the interest, but dude, I really doubt I would even use, like, I'm such a control freak when it comes to thumbnails. I just want to see. I just want to test and see. Okay. User map. What's that? Yeah, but this doesn't really... Chat, I might move to doing this off stream because this is getting very complicated and I'm going to have to dive deeper into this. And I don't want to just sit here nonverbal, if I'm being totally honest. Arix, what's up, dude? Stop programming. What is up, man? Chat, go follow Arix. One of the Twitch OGs. Learn to draw your own thumbnails. I do my own thumbnails, and I think that they're pretty darn good. I've just never commissioned a thumbnail. And I'm curious to test my skills versus a professional thumbnail artist. You know? I think
Hello, world.
I think they're pretty good. You know? I like that. I'm happy how the Cyberpunk one came out. I think it came out pretty well. You know, looking back, some of them I would change. I think this Elden Ring one was not what it needed to be. I tested a couple different ones. Photo Bash, is that a program? I just use Photoshop. Gets the point across. I mean, look, I've come a long way. I mean, okay, this is Texas Skyrim Arc, which was all trash. Back when my Sea of Thieves stuff, even for these are actually, some of these are decent. Going further back. I've been on YouTube too long. Like, look at this. This is a garbage thumbnail. Most of these are not great. I would make the thumbnails as the videos were exporting. And that was the maximum amount of time I spent on thumbnails, was basically the duration of the export. It's a method called photo bashing. I have never heard of that. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I slowly, you know, kind of got better, and then I just started doing Texas Skyrim, which was just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. And then you can see I started experimenting with like putting my actual face in, trying some goofier stuff, copying like Shindig's thumbnails, and then what changed my life? What changed my life was stealing from Ludwig. This thumbnail right here. The thumbnail and the title and the whole concept completely stolen from Ludwig. And that is where you can see the channel completely changed. And now, minus this one, which I messed up, we do pretty well. We do pretty well. I've made some oopsies, but it's all lessons learned, you know? I'm pretty proud of it. And we're going to keep going. Lamar has winter fresh breath. That is a dragon shout. Thank you very much. Or as best as I could visualize that. And Ludwig took... Yeah, everything is stolen. Yeah, of course. Well, okay, what is photo bashing? I don't know what that is. Photo bash meaning. Digital art technique where creators merge multiple photographs. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yep. Yes, that's making thumbnails. 100%. Of course. Absolutely. Yeah, so for instance, well, this bobsled one is all one image except for the background, and the rope in his hands was drawn on afterwards. The rocket, Arthur, the explosion, and the rocket are one. Obviously, space and earth are in the back, and I drew the smoke on. I always do backgrounds separate from the foreground. This one, though, actually... Thanks, dude. Thanks. I busted my ass, man. The cyberpunk one... I noticed on someone else's thumbnails that they were replacing the video game skybox with like a more bright, realistic looking sky. And I never thought to do that. And this is what drives me nuts, and I yell at my brother. You can never get better at something if you don't look at how other people are doing it. I would be such a shittier creator if I didn't watch other creators. It blows my mind that people do that. So, for instance, I use that in this thumbnail because the sky was super not blue or whatever. So this thumbnail is actually the car, which I had to color the grille differently from the car itself and the windshield differently. So that's 3 elements right there that are all treated differently. The person in the car is separate. Keanu, obviously separate. Comment in the background. The sky, I cut out and colored separately to make it more blue. The pavement was cut out and colored differently, and the dividing lines on the pavement were cut out and made bigger to make it more obvious that it is a street. So that's basically 10 different elements that go, would you say, Punk, that go into a thumbnail. Yeah, so yeah, I just go in and I take screenshots and use all the screenshots from the game to assemble an image. But then I go even further, and I tried explaining this on Twitter. I don't think people really understood it. It is really hard to get a background that fits your thumbnail. Foreground is easy. You know what you want the foreground of your thumbnail to be. Car hitting Keanu with a comment. Dutch on computer. Michael, microphone, comment. Like, that stuff's easy. The background is actually so hard to figure out. So I export the thumbnail with only the foreground elements, and I bring it up in OBS, the streaming software, and I overlay it on top of my stream, and then I load up the game, and I run around in the game looking at my OBS to line up the perfect background for that thumbnail, because I can see a live preview of how the foreground looks on top of the gameplay. And then once I find the perfect background position, I take the screenshot. And then I pull it into Photoshop, place it, and everything's perfect. Like this, for instance, the on fire taxi right here is just a screenshot from the game. But how the fuck? Like, it's really hard to get placement correct if you don't know where what the foreground's going to be covering. So the reason that the taxi is in the perfect position is not because I did some Photoshop magic. That's literally just the position of it in the screenshot because I had the foreground overlaid on my gameplay. That's my crazy method I use for thumbnails. Need to have you approve my thumbnails? I would love it. I literally have to filter myself when I talk with other streamers or YouTubers because I talk about YouTube and thumbnails, and I talk shop too much. It's off-putting, and I need to stop. So yes, Alex, I will 100%. If you ever want input on a thumbnail or something, let me know. I'm not a professional, but I have gotten much better over the however many years I've been uploading on YouTube. There is a very visible progression of getting better at thumbnails. Do I do my own editing? I got my first like hourly editor starting on this video. Everything before this, me and my wife. Everything before this, just me. Texas Skyrim had an editor when that was popping off. I did have an editor for Texas Skyrim, but then dropped them when I stopped uploading it. Everything, me and my wife, duoing all these edits. And then now I have someone do the full edit without me even touching it, starting from this one here. So it's still new. Input on your poster in creative. Oh, Lord. That's an old one. All TDA, I'm not even going to pull it up. All your posters were fantastic. They were a core part of the stream when we were doing all those. They're all great. No input required. Your poster, there's a reason your posters are all over the background of my chatting screen. You think that's your best one? It's pretty good. It's a Discord. Yeah, of course. Get in there. I ping people every time I go live. Like it when you... Yeah, I also post thumbnails in the Discord before I decide on which one to use, honestly. I post thumbnails in Discord a lot to kind of gauge which one people prefer. Some people go crazy on like breaking them down piece by piece. I'm like, I just needed a or B. It's not thumbnails because you're going to watch the whole video anyway. Yeah, dude, there's such a science to it. It's crazy. I literally had to like read books on it. Your first uploads to YouTube were results of drunken nights out with friends. I feel like that's probably pretty common. Someone, Vanos Gaming just does rainbow collage as his thumbnail in the background, and he's done 10 million followers. Yeah, that's probably because he has 10 million followers. He doesn't have to give a shit about thumbnails. Same thing with Moist Critical. Moist Critical doesn't make thumbnails. He doesn't have to. Lighting's your biggest problem. The only thing I struggle with lighting is typically you want your foreground to pop out from your background. So you can notice in basically all of these, the contrast on the background is way lower. I lower the contrast on the background and I up the contrast on the foreground to have them stand out more. That being said, I kind of have like gone back on that. So this one, you can tell the background has a lot of contrast and so does the foreground. Matching those makes it more cohesive. So I don't know. I might be changing my thoughts on that. The main thing I do, if those of you who saw Ludwig's like streamer thing, how to be a streamer or whatever that went viral, he says like blur your eyes and look at the thumbnail or like apply a blur, which I think is helpful. But the quick and easy thing to do, which in one of the books I read, this is me being a complete data nerd. If you blink really fast, look at a thumbnail and you blink really fast, that's simulating someone scrolling past your thumbnail. And so you just, don't stroke out, but blink really fast and notice what elements pop out. So when I was doing that on this, the Cyberpunk one, the car was originally black instead of green. But when I was doing the blink test, it blended into the background. So when I was doing that, I was just getting Keanu and the comment. So I changed the color of the car. That can be a helpful thing to. Thumbnails are fucking. It's all psychology. It's all just human psychology and pattern recognition. Which is why people get mad that artsy thumbnails don't perform well, and that's because thumbnails shouldn't. They are their own art form, but they shouldn't be an art piece. They are literally exist just to catch someone's eye. It doesn't matter how pretty or how cool the art is. If it doesn't grab someone, it's a waste of time and money and everything. I think of cartoons. I don't know cartoons. I just know he streams with Sequisha a lot. See, it's hard to say on channels that are already big because they have such a defined art style that the second you see it, you know whose video it is. These are extremely busy, but they're so very obviously this person's videos. They're a bit too busy for me, but it's the style is so cohesive that even if you see it out of the corner of your eye, you can tell that it's this person's videos. Kind of like Wellen. If you've ever looked at Wellen's channel, the art for his is so crazy that the instant you see it, you know it's a Wellen video. Yeah, a lot of people have artists that do every single thumbnail. Check out your thumbnails. I'm not an expert. I can't do thumbnail reviews. I'm not an expert. I've just learned a lot. If you want, you can, I learned obviously through trial and error, through looking at other people's thumbnails. And I read a book called The YouTube Formula by a guy who literally has a wall of 1 million subscriber plaques behind him in his office, who knows like all the science about it. Very good read if you are into YouTube. I am rambling. Alex, you got me on some fucking ramble shit. Okay. I gotta go eat dinner. I am going to work on this. No, you're okay. You're good. I clearly love talking about this stuff. If you ever want to talk about this off stream, hit me up anytime. I'm gonna go. I'm going to finish programming this off stream. And then ideally Sunday we'll be back and start creating scenes is my goal. If not Sunday, then Monday, but I really want to try and make it work for Sunday. Because we have a sponsor for this video and a deadline. And so I gotta fucking hurry up. Okay, I'm out. Join the Discord if you haven't. Watch the YouTube videos if you haven't. And I'm sending you to the Always On channel, which supports me if you lurk there. That's our Texas Skyrim series on loop, unedited. And that's it. I'll see you guys soon. TDA, I don't send me a thumbnail because I don't want the pressure of feeling bad when you can make one if you want, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to use it because I'm going to be using my own, or the